Your Minnesota Vikings will potentially making a lot of veteran changes this offseason as they shed some bad contracts. And Dalvin Cook, who's been a superstar for the Vikings, just played his first complete season for the team. And the 2017 second-round pick out of Florida State, he's done some really good work at times. He's been one of the best running backs in the game, but he is going to be 28, and the Vikings becoming a passing team, got to clear some space. And even though Dalvin has 4 straight 1,000-yard seasons, 4 straight Pro Bowls, he's been that guy for a while and also made some big-time plays for the Vikings in 2022. The business is the business. And like I said, turns 28 in August, career low, 4.4 yards per carry, PFF's 21st ranked rushing team. But of course, the Vikings had interior line issues, but some of it is on Dalvin as the Vikings look to modernize the offense and move more and more towards passing. And they want to clear up some cap space as Dalvin has the 6th highest cap hit for running back in 2023. Could and should the Vikings move on? And what complicates things is Dalvin has a $10.4 million base salary, $2 million of it becomes guaranteed on the first day of the new league year because he had a late shoulder surgery. He's not going to be able to pass a physical, so $2 million of his salary is going to become injury guaranteed, reducing the amount of cap relief the Vikings can get by cutting him. But that still leaves the door open for a trade if a team wants to take on his contract. Now, at 28, making $10.4 million per year, kind of marginal, but there could and should be a little bit of interest out there. Enter Darren Wolfson, KSTP Sports. So today he's talking about the future of Dalvin Cook as well as a potential trade offer. This is what he said, quote, "I don't know what the end game is with Dalvin Cook, but I continue to hear that he's not interested in taking a pay cut. Already has his $2 million after surgery. So if you're the Vikings, do you pay him the $2 million and then take the dead money cap hit and move on, or do you bring him back for 1 more year? I did hear that there is a trade offer in on Dalvin Cook, so if they wanted to trade Dalvin Cook, there is an interested team." And some teams that could be interested, the Cardinals, of course, with Gannon as well as Drew Petzing. They spent a lot of time on Zimmer's staff here with the Vikings, so they know about Dalvin Cook. They know about his skill set and his leadership. That would make sense. Out in the desert, the Eagles losing Miles Sanders. Of course, they know what Dalvin Cook can do. The Saints, with Kamara having a suspension coming up. The Dolphins obviously makes sense. They need a running back. Plus, Dalvin's outside zone skills mesh well with what Mike McDaniels does in the running game. And, of course, him being from Miami certainly helps. The Buccaneers, since they moved on from playoff Lenny. And then, of course, the Broncos, where jumping George Payton is still the assistant to the regional general manager. He was with the Vikings when they drafted Dalvin, and Javonte Williams recovered from the ACL. Reports are that it could be kind of dicey, and of course Sean Payton is also familiar with Dalvin Cook, so there you could see how there could be some demand, and some of these teams do have some decent cap space where they can take on that $10.4 million base salary, or they could rework a deal where he gets some more guaranteed money either this year or next year in exchange for a reduced cap hit. But the Vikings, if they trade him, again, trade is different than cut, because if they cut Dalvin, they still have to pay the $2 million. But if they trade him, the other team absorbs that responsibility. So the Vikings would still save around $8 million in salary cap space if they did trade him versus $6 if they straight up cut him. So I think that if they did get a legit offer, now it could be something where it's just a flyby, whatever. It's like, hey, we'll give you a 7th round pick. I may take it at this point, because if the Vikings don't see Dalvin as part of the future, they're basically just it's basically just a salary dump. They take that cap space and then they move on in the running back room. Maybe they bring back Madison on a cheap free agent deal. Maybe they look to the draft for running back of the future, as well as pairing him up with Ty Chandler, King Kene, and they could see a running back by committee as, like I said, the offense moves more and more towards a passing game. And Dalvin could have some demand because it's an okay free agent running back class, but since Jacobs got tagged, there isn't any real top-end guys. Montgomery is sort of whatever. Miles Sanders is pretty okay, but other than that, no. And then in the draft, outside of Bijan, you have some nice ancillary pieces, but you don't have any running backs who can be the guy. Dalvin can be the guy. So I think that you can see why there could be some demand for Dalvin in trade, and if the Vikings get any sort of decent offer, I think they should take it. They should take the cap savings, say goodbye to Dalvin. Loved him for a number of years, but the business is the business, and it's time to move on. But your thoughts are thoughts. Minnesota Vikings reportedly have a trade offer on the table for running back Dalvin Cook. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But to next time, Skull Production Value.